and Peyton had an interesting perspective on it all about Andrew and what a team build and how it is. I didn't want to put him in a position to judge anybody because he's probably doing business. Like, this is fucking Peyton Manning. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to do that. But it was a fascinating question posed. Like, is that why, Jim, you think, like Chris Ballard survived Frank Reich, survived Chuck Pagano was there, Frank Reich was there. People were thinking, like, are they going to do a full sweep? And it's like Chris Ballard's there. And I think it's because Jim Irsay was like, brother, this guy got fucked.
Yeah,
Hey, he had a team. You know what I mean? So I think outside people that aren't in Indianapolis would be like, he's had 4 years. It's like, actually think about what happened in that generational quarterback. Remember, got rid of Peyton. Didn't know if Peyton was going to be able to play football again. There was obviously conversations like he's going to be able to play football again, and clearly he was able to play football again. Wasn't a certainty, though. Was not a certainty at the time with his whole neck thing. And Andrew Luck is sitting here. So, all right, we'll fucking fire. We'll cut everybody. Like, actually, for that team, cut everybody. We'll paint over the walls, obviously. New GM first. Paint over we'll do a full new thing for this guy. And then that's going. Success is happening. We're about to get into probably, now it's here we go time. And then injury, another one happens. Completely. Like, that's a wild thing that happened. And Chris Ballard has the opportunity to get another franchise guy. I think a lot of us see that. A lot of us know that. I think Jim knows that as well. So Ballard said today, he said, everybody believes you got to go up to one to get your guy. He said, I don't know if that's true. So I wonder if he thinks that there's different people who think the guy is. Like, does he have a disagreement on who the guy is? Like, is he getting word from other teams on who they think the guy is? And is his guy different? Does everybody have their own individual guys? Because right now, it's Bryce, CJ, Will, AR-15, Hendon Hooker.
And then it's a whole bunch of different. I mean,
but it's all like, but everybody kind of has potentially there. If you listen to Daniel Jeremiah speak, so I think that's what Ballard's alluding to. But like you go back to what him and Jim Irsay did during Steichen's press conference, where Jim wanted to go up almost. That's like almost Ballard talking again about like Jim, like. We don't have to go. Like, please do not tell Chicago that we have to go up to one. Like, negotiate. Is he working here, or does he actually believe that? And this is all smoke screen. Like, we're going to have to deal with this over the next couple of months. It's bananas to think about.
Oh, yeah. And to your point, like, there's reports now that the Carolina Panthers are, in love with Anthony Richardson. They want to move up to get him. And Rap Sheet mentioned also kind of out of nowhere, and maybe not, but the Atlanta Falcons also trying to move up. And then, John Lynch is saying, hey, we probably need to look at quarterbacks. Like, there are all these different teams that it feels like are kind of coming out of nowhere, and the Colts are in one of those great positions because those top four guys you just mentioned, like, luckily they do have the 4th overall pick. And is this going to be like one of those situations like the Chargers with Justin Herbert where they like a couple guys and they're like, hey, we're okay with both Tua and Justin, so whoever gets taken
I remember
first.
Tom Telesco said that.
Bingo.
And people were trying to cook him, and Tom was just telling us the truth.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, we were...
Either one.
Listen, we love Justin. We absolutely love Justin. We're happy that Justin Herbert's our quarterback. He's like, but if Miami happened to take Justin Herbert, we were in a position where it was like, all right, we're taking Tua.
Like Tua too.
Yeah, like, and everybody's like, is this what Herbert wants to hear? And it was like, no, this is draft.
Yeah.
And this is how this works. I do wonder if Chris Ballard's like, they don't know if Bryce is a guy.
Yeah.
CJ's a guy. Will's a guy, allegedly. All these guys are guys. So we're happy with whatever. And also, we can't just be publicly desperate. That's what Chris Ballard is thinking to himself. When
it's hard for me to believe, though, like that, that happened. They were happy with Justin or Tua or whatever, but, like, everyone in their heads, like, it definitely has a favorite. Like, Chris has a favorite quarterback.
Oh, you think, like, he has his own bias? But you got to remember, he has a whole scouting department that has all their own ideas. They have all their own thoughts. So maybe it's torn within everybody. Maybe nobody knows who's going to be a lock. Because it does feel like all these guys could be.
Yeah.
And all these guys
might be shit.
Yeah, like, we have no idea. Here's Chris Ballard talking about the whole situation, sitting at 4 with the eyes of the world saying, hey, you have a chance now to make up for what happened where you wrongfully, like, there's no way Chris, not wrongfully. Andrew Luck got to do whatever makes Andrew Luck happy and sane and everything like that. Like, Andrew Luck, you're a human. You got to do what you got to do. But I think from a football perspective, like, all right, you're getting an opportunity here to finally potentially get over that hump
Turn the chat.
of what your team was going to be. Here's what Chris said about the whole situation.
You talk about doing whatever it takes to keep a quarterback. What about doing whatever it takes to get that quarterback? How do you weigh the motivation to get the top guy on your board versus just playing where you're at?
Well, one, and I know this is coming up because I know all the speculation out there. One, to move up, there's got to be a guy worthy of it. Okay, I know everybody in America is going to say, like, this is what's great right now. Everybody has just automatically stamped that you've got to move up to one to get it right. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't. But that's going to be the narrative, and that's okay. Y'all got to write something. You got to keep the news flowing. So, but
You're
I
wrong,
don't necessarily know if that's the. I don't know if that's the right course of business. When we meet as a staff and we say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is the guy for the next 10 to 15 years, and we think he's the right guy. Sure, we'll do it. But who's to say we won't get one at 4?
Well, I mean, the bar.
Hey, who says we might not trade back? I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm tired of you guys got to write what you got to write, okay? I'm here to tell you you're fucking wrong and you've never drafted ever before. Pretty much what Chris said.
Yeah.
And he said, I knew this was coming. I like how comfortable Chris has gotten. Not that Chris has ever shied away from the media. Whenever he does his press conferences, he will sit in the pocket. Like hour and 30 minutes, we're talking like press conferences. He will just sit in there and spill his brains, his thoughts. People love it. People hate it. I mean, there's a lot of that. He will always sit in there. I enjoy the angle in which he's going with here, but I think there's still a lot of shit to be decided, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably where he's sitting
That's because
at.
the Cardinals